Leslie Fairweather. His parents tried hard to give him a normal childhood, but for a superpowered town boy where the town is struggling with a villainous pest problem, that was not possible. Besides, normal was the last thing young Fairweather wanted. He was born with cryokinesis, which is the uncanny ability of creating and controlling ice. As rare as it is, this ability is an inherent trait among the Fairweather family. However, they didn't use it for anything flashier than cryo research and development, a well-received profession in the field of medical science. And if you ask, no, it's not for freezing the heads of corrupt CEOs. I mean, that's just silly. Anyway, the family business never excited Leslie, and despite his ice powers, he was a hot-blooded 14-year-old hungry for action, and his sister, Beatrix Fairweather, was a 19-year-old who dreams of fame and glamour. So the two of them had this crazy, far-fetched idea to set out and become heroes. And with teamwork, skills, and a string of good luck, they were bagging in villains by the dozens. They were low-tier villains, yes, but it was enough to get the hero team on t-shirts, lunchboxes, reality TV, the works. They were famous. Leslie went by the name Ice Dragon, and Beatrix went by the name Frost Star. They had a great start, but they soon find themselves hitting a few bumps along the way, and particularly Ice Dragon. He was disregarded as some glorified sidekick. No one even noticed that his ice powers far outweighed his older sister's. But he didn't much care. He was just happy with the chance to push past his limits. But the more he did so, the more he drew the public eye away from his sister and towards him. And Froststar wasn't having that. On patrols, she would be insisting that Ice Dragon stays back for his own safety, but he knew that wasn't the case. Eventually, his sister's insecurity got so bad that she even threatened to drop him as a sidekick, leaving him with no way to continuing his hero career. He was angry with her, of course, but he also felt that he should be grateful that she had given him the opportunity to be a hero in the first place. Things were tense between the two of them. But one day, their hero skills were put to the test. One day, the villainous AI killbot, known as Wrecking Ball, came crashing through town. He was the biggest, meanest, and most destructive villain the young heroes had ever faced. Froststar was the first to attack. She showered her enemy with spear-like ice shards, but the projectiles, they just harmlessly shattered against the robot's armor, merely leaving a few scratches. Wrecking Ball then came charging at her. She made a rigid ice wall for cover, but he just smashed through it like it was nothing. Froststar hit the ground hard as the wind was knocked out of her. That's when Ice Dragon stepped in. He attacked Wrecking Ball with a blizzard-like blast. His mechanical opponent was knocked back only a few feet away, but has sustained some more noticeable damage. But at that exact moment, the young hero remembered how his sister wants him to hold back. And in those few seconds of uncertainty, Wrecking Ball slammed his metal fist into the ground, fracturing the pavement beneath Ice Dragon's feet. He dove out of the way and tumbled into debris. The young hero had lost the upper hand and was now covered in scrapes and bruises. He could feel the vibrations in the earth as the robot came stomping after him. The seconds felt like hours in that moment of terror as the world around him began to slow down. That was when he realized seeking approval may be a great motivator at times, but life can either be really long or really short, And to live a happy life, the only person's approval you need is your own. As Wrecking Ball loomed closer, he reconfigured his mechanical hand into a triple-barreled laser gun. Ice Dragon quickly got back on his feet and found himself dodging laser fire. He then ran up to the killer robot and blasted him again, this time at point-blank range. Wrecking Ball took a massive beating, but so did Ice Dragon. He was left disoriented. Wrecking Ball pointed his laser gun at him, but then an ice shard came from nowhere and pierced through the gun barrel. The weapon exploded, knocking Wrecking Ball on his back. The attack came from Froststar. Before she looked at her brother with disappointment, now she looked at him with encouragement. She shouted, "Go for it!" Ice Dragon found a fracture in Wrecking Ball's armor. He plunged his hand into it and started freezing the robot from the inside, reducing him to ice and scrap metal. The day was won, and the brother and sister team had a new understanding and fought together as equals.